How common is driving anxiety? It's a lot more common than you might think. So in this video, I'm going to give you an insight into the work that I do to help people overcome driving anxiety online. And I'm going to tell you some of the things that I've encountered, and it will make you realise how driving anxiety is not this kind of rare thing you might think it is. It's actually very, very common. So I work with people online all over the world to get rid of driving anxiety. And one of the most common things they say is, where's this come from? I've been driving for years and I've never had this problem before, and I don't know why it suddenly appeared. And I've been driving 20, 30, 40 years or more. Why am I suddenly scared of driving? And a lot of people are scared of getting help more than they're scared of driving itself. Many people think it's something to be ashamed of because it's just them and everyone else is fine and they're the only one that's got this problem. And if you've got driving anxiety, you can probably relate to that. You'll probably know how you don't really want to tell anyone about it. It's not the kind of thing you go onto a social media website and people say, "Hi, my name's Dave and I've got driving anxiety." It's one of these things people hide away. And hiding it only makes the problem worse. When you hide problems, as you might know, there's a popular saying, better out than in. If you hold problems inside and you bottle it up, it just gets worse and worse and worse. So how common is driving anxiety then? I would say that probably most people have it. Now, I do work with both new drivers and experienced drivers, so yeah, my viewpoint on it is a bit slanted because I do get to experience people having driving anxiety all the time. But even when I meet people outside of my work, it's surprising how many times when I tell them what I do for a living, and they say, "Oh, I might want to talk to you about that." It really is a hidden problem. It's one of those things I reckon that if there was some kind of an anonymous survey, which I would do in this video, but unfortunately there's no way of me doing that. But I will run a survey one day, and I'd like to see how many people actually have driving anxiety. If everyone in the whole of the UK, and just the UK because I work with people around the world, but if just everyone in the UK, which is about 30 odd million drivers, was surveyed, it'll be really interesting to see what percentage secretly would admit, when it's anonymous, how many would admit to having driving anxiety. I bet it would be well over 50%. So if you've got driving anxiety, you're not alone. When we say driving anxiety, we're not just talking about people who are scared to drive. We're talking about any kind of anxiety at all. Some people have anxiety when it comes to driving at night. Parking is a big one. I've had people come to me who can drive perfectly well, but when it comes to parking, they just can't do it and they get real panicky and they sweat, and it's a terrible problem because they can drive, but they know they can't park when they get there. A very common one, which I should talk about in a separate video, is the fear of bridges. Now, when I first started doing this work and someone said to me they had a fear of bridges, I was like, what? A fear of bridges? How does that work? And they said, "Don't laugh at me." And I said, "Sorry, this was another therapist I was working with when I was training." And they said, "I've had this fear for a while. I don't know where it's come from." And we got rid of it in I think it was about 20 minutes. We did a technique that got rid of it. And I remember they were so pleased. They were looking up on the phone, where's the nearest bridge so I can go and drive over? And there wasn't one anywhere near. But yeah, that's a very common problem, the fear of bridges. So how common is driving anxiety? It's very common. You're not alone with this, so don't worry about it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I would say probably most people have it. I remember when I said most is over 50%, so it only has to be like 50.1%, and then that means most people have it. Now finally, if you do have driving anxiety and you want to find out more about me and what I do, well, you can look around this video and look through the links, and there's loads more free information on my site about where anxiety comes from and how to get rid of it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon for more videos.